5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, welcome to TrojanVision's The Week That Was, where we cover the news and events for the week ending on Friday, April 14th. I'm your host, Paige Ray. Our top story, the lip-syncing and trendy dances are in the talks of coming to an end. Congress is trying to ban the app TikTok in the U.S. Mackenzie Foster has the effects that getting rid of TikTok could have on the public and content creators.
One thing that has been making headlines recently is the possible banning of the well-known app TikTok. Recently, the CEO of TikTok took the stand in front of Congress. There, he fought against claims that the app is being used by China to spy on the U.S.
The bottom line is this: American data stored on American soil by an American company, overseen by American personnel.
As some users fear they won't be able to get their daily entertainment fix, many TikTok creators fear they'll lose a major platform and financial avenue. Markel Bryant is a local content creator on TikTok with nearly 70,000 followers. He believes the claims against the app are null and void.
I think it's just an entertainment app, and there's not a lot that people aren't putting too much of their personal information out there without giving their consent to it anyway.
Bryant says TikTok is a tool that can help content creators get their content to audiences around the world.
A lot of my Instagram followers came from TikTok, probably 50+%, probably 70% of my Instagram followers are from TikTok. So I think it definitely, because you can link all your other platforms to it, like I have my YouTube and my Instagram linked to it, and I think it definitely just benefits other platforms too.
Mackenzie Foster, Troy, TrojanVision News.
So far, there has been no official vote on the banning of TikTok. When playing an instrument like the trumpet, years of training go into perfecting your mouth movements and your breath patterns. But what happens when you can't move one side of your face? Simon Schussler has the story.
Imagine trying to play an instrument, but one day you just feel a little off. You try to blow into the mouthpiece, but one side of your face feels a little stiff. Last week, students and faculty in the John M. Long School of Music had the opportunity to hear from two accomplished musicians who had gone through just that.
Bell's palsy is it's a viral attack on the 7th cranial nerve, which comes under your ear and controls one half of your face or the other half. And so for a trumpet player in particular, both he and I are trumpet players, it's pretty detrimental when it first happens because you can't play at all.
The speech focused on their recovery timeline as well as the various treatments they received, as well as focusing on relevant studies in the field as it relates to relearning their instrument.
Well, we've known each other through the trumpet teaching community and as performers, and when I was diagnosed 5 years ago, I was connected with Mike. He had had the same affliction years earlier, and we just sort of formed a bond and decided we wanted to go at this presentation together and to try to help more people.
Despite all of the physical treatments, both Dr. Huff and Dr. Krotz emphasized the benefits of treating your mind as well, and the power of positivity.
We're kind of somewhat successfully recovered, and at least in terms of we are working musicians still. But what we both learned in the process was how to focus on the positivity of an injury that might affect a musician.
After the lecture, students and faculty were able to ask questions about the professor's experience as well as their own. Simon Schussler, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Although there are treatments and both professors are recovered, there's still no knowledge of the exact cause of Bell's palsy. This week, Troy University's Idea Bank brought together the Troy community and the university with an event that benefited a handful of local small businesses. Emily Clegg takes us there.
On Tuesday evening, mouth-watering aromas filled the air of the Idea Bank.
Just behind these doors here at the Troy University Idea Bank, food vendors, food restaurants, and other food entrepreneurs are hard at work pitching their ideas to a panel of judges for the first ever Food Expo and Pitch competition. The pitch competition serves as a final for participants in one of the Idea Bank's business classes.
The program is to help them kind of grow, to take a step further with their business.
One of the main aspects of the course is learning how to pitch a business idea, which is what was judged in the competition.
It's on presentation, on how well they're able to talk about their company and deliver, you know, what their company is doing, what's different about their company than everybody else here. We'll be looking for the next greatest food company here in Troy, Alabama.
The event hosted a variety of food-related businesses from the program, such as coffee shops, food trucks, bakeries, restaurants, and even a hot sauce company.
Now, I'm really proud of the SBDC and the Idea Bank is being in the Sorrell College of Business, and we've done an excellent job in trying to blend community entrepreneurship and regional entrepreneurship with what we're trying to do for our students. And so the Idea Bank is the perfect place to kind of bring all of that together, and I think we're making a lot of progress, and I think it will just keep getting better.
Any students that haven't visited the Idea Bank yet are encouraged to do so. In honor of April being Black Women's History Month, TrojanVision is highlighting some of Troy University's Black women as well as their skills and achievements. CONEY has the details.
A woman of many duties on and off campus, CATELYN BLACKMON has learned a lot during her time at Troy.
I was a part of SGA, and then I became part of the Miss Elite Society, and then I became a Trojan ambassador, and then I became the president of NABJ, and then I became a part of the University Activities Council, and then I became a part of the Small Business Development Center here.
As many of us may know, things don't always go as planned, but there's always a plan for you.
Troy University was not my first pick, but God knew that is where I needed to be. So I don't know where I would have been, but I know I don't feel like I would have been far in life as I am now because of the opportunities that Troy has given me.
BLACKMON is not only a student at Troy University, she's also a business owner who strives to make your dreams a reality.
Dreams actually, it stands for something. So it stands for designing realities, elevating achievements, and marketing success.
BLACKMON credits her mother with setting the example for her to follow.
She is just everything I hope and wish to be as I mature and become the young woman that I am today.
Destiny Peoples is an alumna of Troy University. She's currently working on her master's while also holding a full-time job at Troy University.
I have to keep up 100%, so I have to study. There's no way of getting around it.
Peoples says she admires her mother's way of setting the tone of any room she walks into.
She's going to let you know that she is going to outlead you. Not in a bad way, but that's just her demeanor.
Both women have plans to continue sharing their stories in hopes of inspiring others. CAMILLE, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Black Women's History Month will continue through the month of April. Thursday, the University Admissions Office held its annual Worldwide Open House. It's a chance for future Trojans to tour campus and have their questions answered by current Troy students. Belle Johnson has the story.
Prospective Troy students had a chance to see what student life is like at the Troy University Open House on Thursday. The admissions office offered future Trojans an opportunity to learn more about applications and campus life.
Open house is where students come in and they go on tour, and when they leave, they get a code so they can apply for free.
Those who attended the open house were first given general information about how to apply to Troy. They were also told about future updates coming to campus, such as the construction of the College of Health and Human Services. Afterwards, groups took a tour of campus led by current Troy students. This allowed groups to learn more about different buildings and areas on campus from those who are there every day.
The students will go into the academic buildings, they'll go into classrooms so they can see what the class size is like. They'll go to our rec center, they'll also tour our student life facility, they'll tour Trojan Center, the dining hall, cab. They also get to see some dorms too on the tour.
The admissions office hopes the open house encourages prospective Trojans to make Troy their future home. Belle Johnson, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Over Over the weekend, people all over the world celebrated the Easter holiday. But why is Easter such a big deal to so many people? Belle Johnson sat down with a world religions professor at Troy to learn about the history of Easter.
When you think of Easter, there are many traditions that might come to mind. You might think about egg hunts or even getting candy in an Easter basket. But why is Easter celebrated by so many people?
It's most known for the resurrection of Christ. It's kind of distinguishes Christianity from any other world religion.
Schwarty is an adjunct professor at Troy where he teaches a world religions class. He also serves as a minister at the St. Mark's Episcopal Church. Schwarty says even though Easter is on a Sunday, the celebrations begin a few days before.
The Christian world, we celebrate Maundy Thursday, or the Catholic Church calls it Holy Thursday, and it commemorates the Last Supper of Christ.
Schwarty says the Last Supper is when Christ washed the disciples' feet and gave them a mandate to live by.
And the mandate is love one another as I have loved you. And then he shows that as he died on the cross.
Schwarty also says the reason Christians celebrate Easter makes Christianity unique from any other religion.
Historically, we believe that our supreme Messiah figure, Jesus, died physically and then on the third day rose physically, bodily from the dead.
Schwarty cites a few historical books, including The Resurrection of the Son of God by agnostic author N.T. Wright, as reasons the resurrection of Jesus is so impactful even today.
He cites many different non-Christian sources that would say, and he says this, beyond a shadow of a doubt, there was a man named Jesus Christ from Nazareth who had a huge following, who did miracles, and he died a terrible bloody death on the cross.
Schwarty says while the resurrection has already taken place, there is still a job for Christians to do.
Most every church believes that Jesus will come again one day, but until then, we're called to help other people, to love God and love our neighbor.
Belle Johnson, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Still to come on Troy, Trojan Vision's The Week That Was. College can be one of the most fun periods of a person's life, but it can also be the most stressful. What can students do to combat stress? We'll have the answer when we return.
You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling that I can do anything if I give my heart to it. If I give my heart to it.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Wednesday afternoon, the International Arts Center started preparations to show off a local artist named Denko Kirkic. Kirkic spoke with Troy students and also taught them how to properly prepare artwork for display in an exhibition. He also explained what it takes to create art through paint, wax, and photography. Kirkic plans to showcase his work skills and inspiration, as well as explain what it means to be an artist.
It's life itself, it's kind of experiences, it's travel, it's memories, it's the kind of, asking basic questions, and studio artists are very good at that. They spend a lot of time in studio and they ponder on big questions, and so it is not easy to talk about it because it is a kind of visual expression.
Kirkic's exhibit will open on Monday, April 17th. Admission is free of charge. Kirkic himself will be available to meet with the public during a reception that's set for May 4th at 5 o'clock. Staying with art-related news, the Theater and Dance Department's latest production, Jekyll and Hyde, is now being seen on the stage. Although cast members don't want to reveal too much about the show, of course, because they want you to go, we were able to get some exclusive information about what's in store for audience members.
Everything is in this. There's a lot of dance, there's a lot of
cool lights. The lighting is amazing. There's so many wonderful singers and actors that I get to work with. I just love to watch every single day. If you're not a musical person, if you come watch this, you probably will be turned into one, because I sit backstage and I listen to these people sing and I never get bored of it.
You can buy your tickets for Jekyll and Hyde online or at the Trojan Center box office by Barnes & Noble. Shows will be held April 13th through the 15th and April 18th at 7. Don't forget April 16th at 2:30 in the Trojan Center Theater. Tickets are $10 for a general admission and $5 when purchased with a Troy student ID. Switching gears now, between the hustle and bustle of daily life, some students don't always make their mental health a priority. Luckily, there are resources on campus that can help with that. Kaylee Rind explains.
College can be daunting with new responsibilities or burnout getting the best of students. Maybe you're feeling anxious or you're not as outgoing as you used to be. Student success starts in a healthy mind space, and the Student Counseling Center can help students help themselves.
Mental health is a very important thing, especially nowadays. It's becoming more talked about, and while that's amazing, I feel like there should be more awareness towards mental health and getting counseling and talking to somebody if you want to.
Some common problems students might have are depression, stress, or loneliness. However, anyone can visit the Student Counseling Center no matter how small they think their problems are.
It's really just good for anybody. You can get into counseling and start talking about something that you may not think is a big deal and that you realize or you start to learn more about yourself.
The counseling on campus might not be for everyone, and that is why Troy University has resources for you to find the help that you need.
We have a website called troy.thrivingcampus.com, and it connects you to all the third-party mental health resources in the area. So it finds your location and it'll connect you on everything based on insurance and needs and all of that.
According to Meredith, taking that first step towards self-help can seem scary, but the best thing you can do is put that fear aside.
Just reach out. It's scary and it's a big thing, but it's really, once you get here, you can see that it's not so scary and you're just talking to another person.
To make an appointment at the University Student Counseling Center, call 334-670-3700. Trojan Outreach is also working to help fight stress. Recently, the organization helped students find their zen during a yoga session. Danielle Wormsby takes us there.
Wednesday night, students enjoyed a free yoga class. Trojan Outreach and the Campus Rec Center teamed up with the goal to help reduce stress.
Any physical exercise is a great way to alleviate physical stress and to release endorphins. I mean, it's science. And it overall just makes your physicality better, therefore making you less stressed.
The end of the semester can bring challenges, and yoga is a practice that can be used to balance the mind and the body.
It was nice. It was a nice way to de-stress and just stretch.
Troy students have the opportunity to be leaders. Student leaders aim to connect with their peers and help those in need.
Trojan Outreach has a wealth of resources that we connect students with, so our main goal is to give information. I got in this position because I wanted to make sure that students were able to get the help that they need and know that they're not alone in their issues. It's given me the opportunity not only to help others, but to kind of get better in my own practice and really implement practicing every week. It's made me better physically, and it feels really good to know that I'm helping other people reach their physical goals as well.
Danielle Wormsby, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Trojan Outreach is also looking to spread information about suicide awareness and prevention. The organization had a table outside of Barnes & Noble with information on what to look for in someone who may try to commit suicide. Belle Johnson has the details.
Many people struggle with suicidal thoughts. Trojan Outreach sat outside the bookstore on Thursday to help bring awareness of signs those who have suicidal thoughts might show.
Know what certain signs are, because a lot of times people that are struggling with suicidal thoughts, they're not going to say anything, so they're going to isolate themselves. They're not going to want to go to certain events. Sometimes they may not care about their personal hygiene anymore.
Trojan Outreach used the Semicolon Project to show life goes on after bad times. The semicolon is a way to give hope to people who are struggling with suicidal thoughts and help them to see they matter.
It's a continuation of a sentence, and we want to let them know, like, your life doesn't end here. It can continue on, and that's kind of the background behind the semicolon itself.
Marsh also says students can talk to physicians, join a support group, and have the option to go to the Student Counseling Center.
Counseling is free, and it's available for all the students, so we encourage them to talk to just a counselor, but if if they're not ready for that, at least talk to a friend or just a family member, anybody that you can just vent to.
Marsh wants struggling students to know they are not alone in what they are going through.
I think a lot of times we could all help each other out if we would just open the conversation to talking about a lot of the struggles we have. Even if you feel like no one else is going through this, someone else is. So just be vocal about it, even if it's just with one person. All it takes is just admitting, and then everything else will fall into place.
Belle Johnston, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Coming up on Troy Trojan Vision's The Week That Was, 2 campus organizations team up to fight hunger. We'll have more when The Week That Was returns.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
Recently, FIMU hosted a silent disco night to get students grooving for a cause while having the opportunity to choose the genre of music they'd like to listen to. Camille Coney has that story.
Thursday night, Troy's FIMU sorority turned down the lights and turned up the music, but not in the way you would expect. Instead of blaring speakers filled with loud music, partygoers danced in silence while wearing headphones and listening to their own preferred music.
I think it's so cool because everyone can listen to their own song and just be like, have a good time.
Students listen as their favorite genres of music, courtesy of DJ Frosty, play through their headphones. But Thursday night silent disco was more than just a college party.
It's going to be a good way to get all the sororities and fraternities and anybody just in Troy and not even necessarily in Greek life, just around here to come out and have fun and support a good cause.
That good cause was raising money for the Children's Hospital in Birmingham, Alabama. To any family that has a child suffering, this money will help the parents with their child's medical expenses.
The Children's Hospital in Birmingham, so it goes to families in need, like children that have different diseases such as cancer and different things like that. All the money is going to them and just to help the families with the bills for the hospital and all that.
Camille Coney, Troy, TrojanVision News.
At last check, FIMU organizers said they had raised over $9,000 during their philanthropy week. Wednesday, the Office of Civic Engagement teamed up with the campus food pantry to raise awareness about those in need while also recruiting potential volunteers. Jameson Fowler explains.
Smoothies brought the Trojans to the quad. It's all thanks to Troy University's Office of Civic Engagement and the campus food pantry.
Every month, what I do is I put together some kind of event that provides needs, resources to students. And with it being spring, I thought it would be the perfect time to do a smoothie event that would offer a free healthy snack to students.
The mission behind the Smoothie Spring-themed event was to help bring attention to the needs of Troy students who face challenges getting their necessities.
We saw that there was a true need for students here at Troy. About 30% of students here at Troy are food insecure. They are not able to get nutritious meals. They are doing something to limit their food nutrition because they're not able to get it. They're not able to afford it. So really the mission behind the pantry is just be a resource to them.
Open Monday afternoons from 2 to 5. Students need to make an appointment before visiting at my.troy.edu/pantry. Jameson Fowler, Troy, TrojanVision News.
You can find the campus food pantry at Trojan Village 200 right here on Troy University's main campus. Usually you think of ice and pearls as jewelry, but this time it was a combination of two Troy organizations. Dylan Seymour explains.
This week, members of Alpha Phi Alpha and Alpha Kappa Alpha are getting together for a combination of events and community service.
This is an event called Pearls on Ice, and it's just a social event to get everybody out the house and get people to interact with the AKAs and Alphas because they don't get to do that a lot. And this week is Film Week, so it's a week for kind of like what I said, them people to interact with us and get to know us better.
What that is it's just really the Alphas and the AKAs, and we just host events really for the campus so everybody can get involved and get to know each other, so there's more campus involvement, and just to really represent what MPAC is about. For people who are always inside and want to just get out and to know more people, it's always just come out and just to meet more people.
The members of these organizations stress the importance of being active on campus.
If you're not active and present on campus, people won't know what you do and they won't get a chance to meet you and also understand what your organization is about. So I feel like on-presence campus is necessary and mandatory, and also just a good example and a good opportunity for people to interact with us.
The number one thing that we always make sure is at the number one objective of our goals, right? To make sure that campus involvement is our number one thing, make sure that everybody knows that we care about them and that our best interests are with them.
Everyone is welcome to attend any of the events held by these organizations.
We came up with the theme of Grownish, but renamed it to Famish. And this week we have kickball, we had Battle of the Sexes last night. On tomorrow night, we also have a party at the DB for our NEOs. Just a couple of interactive events, social events, and community service as well. So just a good week for interaction.
You can get us at Troy Alphas, and you can get the AKAs at Troy AKAs. We always post any community service that we have going on up there, anything campus related or anything like community related, we're always posting so everybody knows whenever we're doing something that always involves them to make sure that we always have them in their best interest.
Dylan Seymour, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Troy professors had a chance to be creative with cooking at the Cook Your Way competition, Professor Edition. Val Johnson gives us a taste of how the Trojan Dining Hall transformed into a cooking arena.
Departments of Troy University turned up the heat Thursday night at the Cook Your Way cooking competition.
So this is a mystery ingredient cooking competition that Troy Dining puts on every single year. This year we're doing the Professor Edition, and these are all departments from Troy's campus, teachers that your students may or may not have.
Teams had a choice of two types of secret ingredients, one being a concentrated cold brew coffee given by Fused Coffee from downtown Troy, and the second being 3 types of vegan cheese. This competition served as a rematch of sorts from last year.
All of our teams are actually returning teams from last year's competition, so they're all kind of trying to vie again, do like a rematch of sorts for the trophies that we have, which are actually personalized cutting boards.
Businesses from around Troy, including Fused Coffee, Sips Beer Garden, and West Walnut Cookie Company, sponsored the event and even provided some raffle prizes for students. Cirilli hopes this event will be a good way for professors to get involved more on campus outside of the classroom.
I think that we need to probably ask our professors a lot more to be involved in stuff because they are looking for good reasons to be involved with the students, to be involved on campus and stuff like that. And this is just one of those really good opportunities for them to come out and have fun.
It's just great to see everybody from different departments come together and have a friendly competition and kind of, egg each other on. But also it's team building and it's just a lot of fun.
Belle Johnson, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The competition ended with international programs winning first place, Sorrel College winning second, and Hall School winning third. And that's all the time we have for Troy TrojanVision's The Week That Was. To see what's happening on a daily basis, you can always tune in to Troy TrojanVision News at 5, 6:30, and 10:30 Monday through Friday. You can also visit us anytime on our blog at today.troy.edu/TrojanVision. Until next time, we hope you have a wonderful week.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed